Hey guys, so it's just me checking in for September 10th midday. Share something pretty cool with you. Share an observation with you, and then give you a little bit of information about maybe looking forward to tonight's video, the night video. So let's start with information update. I made it into Stroud, Oklahoma, and just stopped by a really cool place. Especially if you have kids, you'll understand. Stopped by a place called Rock Cafe, and it is made out of rocks that were pulled from the construction of Route 66, but it is basically the home of where a good portion of the movie Cars was written. In fact, the owner was the inspiration and the model for Sally in the movie Cars. I took some pictures. A local writer was approached by the movie writer to show him Route 66, and so he took him up and down Route 66, and this is one of the places they stopped and wrote part of the movie and based Sally off of the owner here. Also in 2008, this place burned down. The only thing left was the 4 stone walls and the oven, and I took some pictures there where they showed the hard hats. And but one of the things that intrigued me, I think most of you know by now if you follow me at all for more than a week or two, I'm a huge Phil Vassar fan. Basically the one song that I followed my entire life and used to sing it to my kids even before I even knew I had kids coming was Just Another Day in Paradise. And if you haven't heard that song, I urge you to listen to it. If you want to know who I am or what I'm about, that song basically defines me. And I walk into the place, and right there against the wall is a sign that says Just Another Day in Paradise. So kind of feel a special affinity in how does that happen. So I'm in Stroud. I'm here for the day. So that's really cool. Later on tonight, I told folks yesterday, I had this epiphany yesterday morning that my journey, or how I go about completion of this journey, is going to change a little bit. And I was holding off until maybe next week, maybe next Monday, to kind of share that with you. But due to some circumstances today, I think tonight I'm going to kind of roll that out for you guys. So I don't know how long the night video is going to be, but I'd like to think that you guys would be interested in it, in the sense that a lot of you are on this journey with me. Some of you know me personally, some of you don't know me personally, but you kind of do. I try to be as transparent as I can be on here. I like to think that the guy you see is the guy who I am in everyday life. Got opinions, got thoughts, not always right. Don't always say the smartest things, but pretty decent guy. Try to make you smile when I can. So anyway, I think tonight's kind of neat in the sense that when I talk to you all, it's going to be, I think, an opportunity for you to kind of get inside my head a little bit and hopefully get perspective and go, yeah, I could see that, or I would do that if I was him, or whatever, but just share with you why I'm doing what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Alrighty, and then lastly, here just comes one of those observations I make, which I'm sure I set myself up for failure, but maybe I don't. So I'm sitting down having lunch, and I live off my phone, so any news I get is off of Yahoo News. Anything I do is off this phone, and I'm reading a story, and it puzzled me a little bit. It was a gentleman that basically, if I understood it correctly, said, I never had the urge to go out and buy one of these, but I do now. And if I read it properly, maybe I didn't, in essence, there were some towns and communities that have banned Nike products from being purchased, whether they're by their school or by their rec department or something like that, because of the fact that Nike is using Colin Kaepernick as a spokesperson. And of course, he's polarizing. But it got me to thinking, and here's my thought on it, and this is what I've been saying all along as it comes to these kneelers, as I call them. And I don't know that I'm right, so I'm asking. I'm not trying to be ignorant, I'm asking. But we all know that kneeling, or at least I think we know, that the kneeling was a result, or the reason for the kneeling was to protest injustice in our country, predominantly racial injustice, and the shooting of some unarmed black men at the hand, or black women at the hands of police officers, whatever race the police officers are, predominantly white. That's my understanding of it, right? So that having been said, my question is, can somebody tell me one thing that has been generated by kneeling to help heal, mend, fix, correct, change that injustice? This is what I don't understand, and this is what my feeling is about our society as a whole, not just this issue. We seem to be saying that there's a fire, and I don't think anybody wants to argue there's not a fire, but instead we're going to scream that there's a fire and call attention to the fire, but don't do anything at all to put out the fire. So Nike does an ad that says, hey, you know, believing is giving up everything, whatever the ad is. And then you got, on one hand, you got people saying, hey, we support the flag, so we're not going to buy your product. And on the other hand, you got people saying, well, we support the right to kneel, so now we are going to go buy your product. And we're talking about buying a product, yet we're not talking about fixing the issue at hand. So forget about the Nike ad for a moment. Let's just talk about the issue that Michael Bennett sat for the national anthem, Colin Kaepernick started kneeling for the national anthem, and a plethora of other players and athletes and even high school kids around the country have decided to kneel for the national anthem. I'm not here to debate whether they should or shouldn't. I'm not here to debate whether they have the right or don't have the right. What I'm here to ask is, so all of these folks are kneeling. Can somebody tell me one time that all of a sudden the leaders of a small town or a big city or anywhere else said, hey, let's get the leaders of our community together. Let's get our police force. Let's get our minority community leaders. Let's get other folks together. Let's just get people together and have a civil discussion about this. Let's come up with a plan so that next time there isn't a next time. Let's find a way to prevent a next time from happening. I haven't seen a TV show about it. I haven't seen a town hall meeting on TV on ESPN. I haven't seen anything. And maybe they're, and again, I'm not saying they're not out there. I'm saying I haven't seen them. So then I have to ask the question to those that are kneeling, if you're doing this to bring awareness, haven't you brought it? What is continuing to kneel going to accomplish anything? Is hating the kneelers going to accomplish anything? I just don't get it. And I'm hoping somebody out there, without being hateful, without trolling, looks at what I'm saying and says to me, no, Jim, you know, back in this town a year ago, the community got together and they had a discussion about this, and here's what they came up with. Here's their solution, or here's what they're at least going to try to do. I don't get it, man. And yet, we're going to keep debating and having ad campaigns and everything else to say, hey, look, there's a fire, guys. Look, there's a fire. It's on fire. We're not going to put it out. We're just going to stand around. And you on the other side are going to throw gas on it. You on this side over here are going to throw gas on it. We're just going to keep throwing gas on it and really not say a whole lot of anything. That's kind of how I see it. Tell me I'm wrong and tell me why I'm wrong, please. I want to be educated, and I guess maybe I'm missing the boat. But I guess that's what frustrates me. So there's a guy in Yahoo. I'm walking across America trying to change the world by asking people to point the thumb at themselves and take accountability. And a small paper, a big city paper, doesn't see the value in covering that message. The Tulsa News said we're going to pass. But a guy trending on Yahoo buys a Nike shirt outside a Nike store and says, I never had a reason to buy this, but I do now, because I'm going to show those bureaucrats who are banning Nike that I believe and support the right to kneel. Okay? Again, so what's changed about the injustice? This is a strange society to me. A message about asking people to hold themselves accountable, ask what they could do differently, isn't newsworthy in Tulsa, but a guy buying a Nike t-shirt to spite some people and say, see, I'm doing this, I never would have, but you guys kind of forced my hand because I feel the need to voice my support of these guys. That trends on Yahoo. So I don't know, guys. That's all I got to say. Tonight I'll roll out a new plan for everybody. Have yourselves a great day. Love you all. Thanks for listening. Thanks for following. And thanks for listening to what I just said. And before you come back and react, listen to what I said. And then, again, if I'm missing something, if there has been change, if there has been towns or policies put in place that I don't know about, please let me know. And I'll be more than happy to change my question. All right? Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.